Friday night at Yarrow Stadium, and an eager crowd has gathered to watch some high-paced motorsport. But this event features race cars you could hold in the palm of your hand. The Radio Control Car Club has been a part of Taranaki since 1978 and attracts a wide age group of spectators and competitors. Like full-size motorsport, the radio control cars are separated into different classes for racing.
So what have you got here?
That's a Lexus 430 SC. So it's a sports coupe, Toyota, and basically they don't make an Aussie or something derivative to run in this class.
The classes that I'm running here tonight are actually quite budget classes. They're the cheaper of what you can run. You can run classes like modified touring, which is really, really expensive.
TCO1 class is probably the largest class that the club runs. You can buy a brand new car for around $450, $500, complete with everything that you need to race, and costs can go upwards of that. When I was racing at the top end of it, I was spending between $12,000 and $15,000 a year to race and compete. So really the sky's the limit.
If the sky is a little high for your budget, there are other options.
Well, your Mini you could probably get set up for about $300 to $400 for a decent.
So what's the expensive one?
For a modified touring car, you're probably looking at, well, for the best of everything, you're looking at a couple of grand.
It's a lot of fun. Everything's the same as full-size motorsport, but you can work on the car in front of the TV at night.
Just how close to real driving can this get?
It's reasonably close, but it's a different style of driving because it's obviously a miniature. So it's but all the same physics, just the same as a real car, but they're just shrunken down. We have a control unit here, and it's you have a steering wheel, which is your basic left and right, and you have a trigger finger, which is you squeeze it to go forward, and when you hit it in the reverse direction, you get a braking effect on the car. I think a lot of people underestimate how much skill there is involved in driving a car like this. Some of the guys here have been racing for 15 years, and so it does take a long time to get the eye and the hand-eye coordination working together. But it's once you learn, it's one of those things you never forget.
The drift cars are a spectator highlight, but how hard are they to control?
It's totally different to actually racing because the car is it's not very precise. So you've actually got to set the car up a long way before. You've got to think a long way ahead of where you want to be. But the racing lines are basically the same as what you would do when you're normally racing. So you still got to be very precise on where you put the car. There's a lot about throttle control though.
It's clear after watching a few races that it is just as well that these are as small as they are. If we saw this much carnage at a V8 supercar race, most teams would be bankrupt after only a couple of rounds. The drivers will tell you that the smaller versions are built to take the knocks, but they're not indestructible.
What sort of things that can go wrong with the cars?
Well, this for instance, the old bumper goes snap-a-doodle. But it's just the small things, eh? Like the belts can go every now and then, just have a shock pop up, but it's nothing you can really can't really fix. I mean, during the race, the marshal can snap it back on and away you go. But full size one, if something like that happens, all you're going to see is sky road ditch, and that's the end of it.
This particular car has a lot of driver-related issues.
Didn't I buy this one from you, man?
They look like toys, but don't tell that to these guys. This is no hobby for them.
It is a sport rather than a hobby. The hobby's building the cars, static models, that sort of stuff, whereas it's like a sport. They cost the same amount as the sports equipment, so you might as well treat it like a sport, and if you do, you do well and you get a lot of enjoyment out of it.
So if you're sick of the Xbox and are ready for some real motorsport action that is accessible and fun, think about joining the Taranaki Radio Control Car Club. For more details, check out the website.